Hi guys, James here. Chronic fatigue syndrome, my friend, my enemy, my constant companion. Um, Day 34. Yay! Um, I don't like admitting these things, but today was not a good day. So, it's a bit hard for me to um, like how bad was it? It's not as bad as it has been, but it wasn't as good as it could be. So today wasn't a fun day for me. There are times when it can just all pile in. How you're feeling, how you're not feeling, how you're thinking, how you're feeling. So there are days when it can just all pile in, and you want to table flip. Um, and those days are okay in that you're allowed to have them. It's when you try and keep in those days or like keep reliving those days, like, oh man, I'm feeling okay today, but oh yes, that was so bad. Like, oh, how are you doing today, James? Feeling a lot better, thank you. Didn't feel good yesterday, but feeling better today. So there's different. Like, you don't want to keep bringing it up. Like, um, yes, you had a bad day. Every day is not going to be a good day. You've got chronic fatigue syndrome, or fibromyalgia syndrome. It's a given, but there are some days where they're more noteworthy than others. That is definitely for sure. Um, and what I had to learn early on was don't make decisions during those times. And this goes for normal people as well. Like when you're emotional, not feeling well, that kind of thing, that's not when you're at your optimal decision making process state. That is not the time for you to be making life choices or things that will adversely affect you when you feel better. Like when you feel better, like, oh, why did I do that? The proviso I'll add to that is, like, if you're in an abusive relationship and you're having a bad day and you're like, this is the last day, that's fine. That's good. Go you. Or you're feeling sick because you've consumed your third tub of ice cream because you're not feeling good and you decided to eat your woe. And you go like, that was the last time I ate 3 tubs of ice cream. Next time it's only going to be 2. That's good. Also good. They're not what I'm talking about. It's the things that you won't regret saying that when you feel better. Because if you're having 3 tubs, less tubs, better for your health. If you're in an abusive relationship and you remove yourself from an abusive relationship, that's it. They're not, it's not going to come back to haunt you. However, when you're feeling ill, you've got to just be careful of what you decide or what you let burrow into your thoughts. So when you're having a bad day, it's really easy to let the bad thoughts burrow in deep. And they can be dangerous because those ones burrow in super deep on bad days. And that's what I mean by choices. Like, don't make the kind of choice where you're going to allow something to burrow in deep. So today wasn't a good day. There were times when I was not in the most optimal thinking state. I didn't feel good, but I knew from a separate little logic fairy in the sky that it was just for this moment that I was going to feel like this. I needed to think ahead, to move forward, to keep myself calm, to allow myself to relax and do whatever I needed to do to get better. So I got that little floating logic fairy up in the corner there, far enough that I can't like grab it and like, you stop it. I don't want logic. So there's that little kernel of logic playing in the background, and it can be really hard to get it there, and it can be really hard to continue listening to it because it's so contrary to how you're feeling. And it's really easy to just let go and like, I feel awful, the world is awful. But the thing is, you make yourself feel worse, And if you're feeling bad already, worse is not a state you want to get to. So the decision I had to make was to not let anything burrow deep. Because when I'm feeling like that, all the bad stuff comes out. You know, the thing that I did 4 months ago under the crescent moon, or that thing that I said to that person last year that wasn't the most optimal thing to say, or that thing I did that time that I'm ashamed or embarrassed. Like, when you're feeling that way, all those things just come to bear. And when you're in that state, if you kind of let them in the door and you let them burrow in, it just wrecks you. I have had that happen where I've not stopped it at the door, kind of thing, and it's just wrecked me. And there's no way I can describe it. Like, wrecked me like a wrecking ball. There's no way I can describe it. If you've experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't experienced it, good, don't. A quote I heard once again from my dad this week was, you should try everything once except incest and folk dancing. Okay, feeling worse is also up there. Don't deliberately go like, I've not had that experience, James. Next time I'm having a bad day, I will dwell on all the things that I think are bad. Like, nah, stay clear of it. So when you're in that state, be mindful of what decisions you make. And one of those is like what you decide to take on board. Because I could have been a lot worse today, and today wasn't a good day as it was. I don't need it to be worse. There's no kind of, I don't get special bonus points for like, hey James, your day was bad and you made it worse and you survived. Have a invisible shiny gold star. Like, no, the logic fairy is like, okay. So thank you very much for letting me share that with you. So much fun. Okay, but also guys, this goes the same for people who don't have chronic illnesses. We forget, people with chronic illnesses forget that people who are normal have the same problems. And like there's that disassociation, like it's them versus us. Like, you're so lucky you're not sick. You don't know how lucky it is. Rah, 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 rah. You're so fortunate. Rah, rah. I will very quickly mention there are times when I look at normal people like, why are you wasting your energy like that? Why are you going out and drinking your 4th lot of alcohol? And like, you're willingly putting your body and mind state into a state that I have to almost deal with daily. Your escapism leads you to my hell. You know, like, my day to day, like, it boggles my mind. Like, you're healthy, you're normal, you can do so much with your life, that I can't, just energy wise. Why are you doing that? So there is a part of me that is very like that. At the same time, I don't go around like saying how lucky you guys are, you know, like, you know, woe is me, and you're being gifted by someone above. So thank you very much for letting me share with you day 34. Yes, 34. And leave any comments, ask any questions, let me know what you'd like to hear. Like I said, I get responses everywhere bar YouTube, so okay then. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, thank you very much for letting me share with you about chronic fatigue syndrome, and don't make bad choices during bad days.